In the beginning, there was nothing, only darkness and emptiness. But God, the Almighty Creator, had a plan. With just His words, He spoke the universe into existence. "Let there be light," God commanded, and light appeared, separating day from night. He saw that it was good. On the second day, He created the sky and the vast heavens above the earth. On the third day, He gathered the waters into seas and let dry land appear. Then He filled the land with green plants, trees bearing fruit, and colorful flowers. On the fourth day, God placed the sun in the sky to rule the day, and the moon and stars to shine at night. He made them to mark seasons, days, and years. On the fifth day, He spoke again, and the waters teemed with fish of all kinds. Birds filled the sky, soaring and singing. On the sixth day, God created animals wild and tame, big and small. But His most special creation was yet to come. God formed man from the dust of the earth and breathed His own breath into him, giving him life. This man, Adam, was made in God's own image. Later, God made a woman, Eve, from Adam's rib so that he would not be alone. On the seventh day, God rested, pleased with everything He had made. The world was beautiful, perfect, and full of life. God placed Adam and Eve in a paradise called the Garden of Eden. It was a lush, beautiful place with rivers, fruit trees, and everything they needed. God told Adam, "You may eat from any tree in the garden except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you eat from it, you will surely die." Adam and Eve lived in perfect harmony with God, nature, and each other. They had no worries, pain, or shame. They walked with God and enjoyed His presence. One day, a cunning serpent, who was being used by Satan, approached Eve. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" the serpent asked. Eve replied, "We may eat from any tree except the one in the middle of the garden. God said we must not eat or touch it, or we will die." The serpent smirked. "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like Him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful and tempting. She took a bite and gave some to Adam, who ate as well. At that moment, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. Shame and fear entered their hearts. Hearing God walking in the garden, they hid. But God called out, "Adam, where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you and was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" God asked. Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. God was saddened. Sin had entered the world. As a consequence, God cursed the serpent, saying it would crawl on its belly, and one day a descendant of Eve would crush its head. To Eve, God said childbirth would be painful, and to Adam, He said the ground would be cursed, making work hard. Then God made clothes for Adam and Eve from animal skins, showing his love even in their disobedience. But they could no longer stay in Eden. God placed an angel with a flaming sword at the entrance, guarding the tree of life. Although Adam and Eve had to leave the garden, God had a plan to one day restore what was lost. A Savior would come, Jesus, the promised Redeemer, to bring people back to God. This was not just the end of a perfect world, it was the beginning of God's great plan to save humanity. Though sin entered through Adam and Eve, God's love never left them. One day, through Jesus Christ, mankind would have a way back to Him.